Welcome back to another leather carving video. Once again, a serpent. I carve a lot of serpents because I draw a lot of serpents. If you enjoy the video, be sure to like and subscribe, or check out my Patreon page. I have to say this is my favorite serpent carving so far. I'll leave a link here if you're interested in seeing my process for coming up with the drawing. Make sure that you let your leather dry a significant amount before you start working on it. So you're going to wet it, you're going to let it dry for a while, and it'll be a little cool to the touch. Like I let it dry at least 10 minutes. Quick tip here, you can print onto tracing film with a laser printer. So you can buy sheets, but I take my tracing film, I tape it to a piece of paper and run it through my laser printer. I obviously didn't do that here, but it's good to know. I'm finally pretty happy with where I've gotten my serpent sketches to. It's taken a lot of practice, but I'm getting there. You should know pretty much right away if your leather's too wet when you hit it with the swivel knife. You'll just be able to tell. The line's not cutting crisp, it's got like bubbled edges. Just doesn't look good. So the knot work I'm doing here, the only tools I need are a stylus and some tracing film to transfer the image, or a laser printer, the swivel knife, and I use a pretty fine ceramic blade, a beveler, smaller size is good, one background stamp of a smaller size, and that's it actually. Yeah, that's it. I'll link all of those in the description down below for you guys if you're looking to pick something up. You could certainly pick up a larger or different textured backgrounder or beveler, or the same texture backgrounder. I use the same backgrounder, I have 3 different sizes for it. But if you're on a budget, just get the smallest one, that'll work no matter what. These tight turns take a little practice, but once you get the hang of it, it's not too bad. When you're using your beveler, just make sure that your hammer strokes are nice and even. Go back and forth a few times and check to be sure that it blends really nicely. Sometimes I cheat a bit with a scoop stylus and just do a really shallow bevel, but for this project specifically I wanted to go all out. I almost made this video a full, unedited, real-time carving video. I may do that in the future. Wasn't sure what the reaction would be for it. We'll see. Certainly are a lot of lines to bevel. So it's the same thing with backgrounding. Make sure your strokes are nice and even and everything blends well. Now, a lot of backgrounding tools have a kind of a pear or teardrop shape, and you may want to rotate your backgrounding tool just to be sure that it blends well, because you'll get this weird triangle kind of pattern going on if you're not careful. Of course, you can mitigate that with the even hammer strokes, but if you do a combination of the both, it's the best of both worlds. Now, I could have left it here and been happy with it, but I decided to add a little extra line work on it. So a border around the main body of the entire serpent, and then on top of that, a crosshatch pattern throughout the midsection of the body between those lines. The next video after this one is me making this carving pop by painting with dye, applying a resist, and then using an antique finish on it. And I'm really happy with how it turned out. So that's almost it, just 100 little cross hatches to go through. Fairly annoying, but I certainly like how it looks when it's done. I certainly want to expand my range of Viking animals and knotwork that I do, so I'd love some comments on what animals people think I should tackle. I've been practicing a few different ones in my sketchbook recently, but none that I'm anywhere near ready to show in a video because they're not very good. Well, if you made it this far, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Smash that like button for me, it really helps the channel out. Subscribe if you haven't, and check out my Patreon page if you're looking to add a little extra support. So until next time, keep on being creative in whatever it is you do.